Before the noise begins, before your phone lights up, before the world demands a piece of you, there's a sacred moment, a moment where you can choose your state of mind before the world chooses it for you. Most people wake up and immediately carry yesterday's worries into today's peace. They rush, they scroll, they forget that the first voice they hear is their own. But in Buddhism, the morning isn't just a routine, it's a doorway, a chance to reset your mind, to return to the present, to realign with your truth and the words you speak to yourself in these first quiet moments. They become your compass for the entire day. Your thoughts shape your energy shapes your reality. So today, we begin with awareness, with power, with peace. Here are 5 powerful things you must tell yourself every morning. 1. I am here. I am alive. This moment is enough. In Buddhism, the most powerful truth is simple. Now is all you have. The past is gone. It cannot be changed. The future hasn't arrived. It cannot be controlled. What you do have is this exact breath, this exact moment, and that is where your peace lives. When you first open your eyes in the morning, resist the urge to immediately pick up your phone, worry about what you didn't finish yesterday, or stress about what might happen today. Instead, sit up slowly, place your feet gently on the floor, feel the air on your skin, feel your chest rise and fall. Place one hand over your heart and whisper to yourself with honesty and love, I am here. I am alive. This moment is enough. This statement is not just a sentence, it is a reset. It means I don't need to be anywhere else right now. It means whatever yesterday took from me, today offers me something new. It means I don't have to fix everything. I only need to be present for what's in front of me. Sometimes our suffering doesn't come from reality. It comes from the mind racing ahead or dragging us backward. But this practice, this small habit of grounding yourself in the present, stops the storm. It pulls you out of fear and brings you into awareness, into stillness. You don't have to wait for the perfect morning, the perfect body, the perfect career, or perfect people around you to feel grateful. If you are breathing, you are blessed. If your eyes open today, that means your purpose is not finished. You still have time, and that time begins now. So start your day, not with worry, but with presence. This one moment, this simple breath, is where your power begins. This moment is enough, and so are you. 2. Nothing outside me can disturb my peace unless I allow it. One of the most profound teachings of Buddhism is that true peace does not come from the outside world, it comes from within. This means no matter how chaotic, noisy, or negative the outside world becomes, it cannot touch the calm inside you unless you give it permission. Every morning, remind yourself of this powerful truth. Nothing outside me can disturb my peace unless I allow it. Why is this important? Because the world will always bring challenges. People will disappoint you. Situations will frustrate you. Unexpected things will happen. But peace is not the absence of problems. It is the ability to stay calm within the problem. You might hear someone speak badly about you. You might face traffic, stress at work, or a difficult conversation. But here's the secret. Those things don't cause your suffering. Your reaction to them does. And the moment you realize you can choose your response, you take your power back. This morning affirmation is like a shield. It prepares your mind to stay centered no matter what the day brings. Instead of letting small things ruin your mood, you can pause, breathe, and say silently to yourself, I choose peace over reaction. This doesn't mean you become passive. It doesn't mean you ignore problems or pretend everything is okay. It means you act from a place of calm, not chaos, from clarity, not anger, from awareness, not emotional impulse. Buddhism teaches that when you master your inner world, the outer world has no power over you. So every morning, plant this seed in your mind. I am not a victim of circumstances. I am the guardian of my peace. And whenever life tests you, because it will, return to this truth. Peace is already inside you. No one can steal it unless you hand it over. 3. I will treat myself with kindness, not judgment. Every day you speak to yourself more than any other voice you'll hear. Yet often that inner voice is harsh, critical, and unforgiving. In Buddhism, self-compassion is just as vital as compassion for others. When you begin your morning by saying, I will treat myself with kindness, not judgment, you plant a seed that grows into a more patient, understanding mind. Imagine waking up and immediately replaying yesterday's mistakes. Every misstep, every miswording, every time you wish you'd acted differently. That constant self-criticism weighs on your heart and steals your peace before the day even begins. Instead, pause, take a deep breath, and place your hand on your chest. Feel the gentle rise and fall of your breath. Acknowledge that you are human with human imperfections. Then remind yourself, I will treat myself with kindness, not judgment. This is not an empty mantra. It is an invitation to shift how you relate to your own experiences. When you slip up, whether you speak harshly to someone, miss a deadline, or simply feel anxious for no clear reason, you might be tempted to berate yourself. Why couldn't you do better? How could you be so foolish? But in Buddhism, the path of mindfulness teaches that every mistake is an opportunity to learn, not a reason to be ashamed. By speaking to yourself as you would to a dear friend, you allow space for growth. You might acknowledge, yes, I made an error, but I can learn from it. I am still worthy of love and respect. That gentleness turns obstacles into lessons and fear into curiosity. You can begin by noticing when self-judgment creeps in throughout your day. The moment you think, I'm not good enough, or I shouldn't feel this way. Every time you catch that thought, take a breath and deliberately replace it with something kinder. I'm doing my best, or it's okay to feel nervous right now. Over time, this rewiring of thought patterns calms the inner critic. You'll find yourself reacting less to external pressures because your internal environment is more supportive. Another way to cultivate kindness is through a brief morning ritual. After you say, I will treat myself with kindness, not judgment, close your eyes and visualize sending warmth to your own heart. Picture a soft glowing light spreading from your chest to every corner of your body. As you breathe in, even a minute of this self-compassion meditation in the morning sets the tone for how you treat yourself the rest of the day. Finally, remember that Buddhist teachers have always emphasized that compassion begins at home. If you cannot offer yourself kindness, it becomes difficult to genuinely offer it to others. By choosing kindness over judgment each morning, you strengthen the foundation of empathy both inwardly and outwardly. You become better equipped to listen deeply to others' struggles, to respond with gentleness, and to walk through life with a heart that seeks connection rather than perfection. In essence, every time you remind yourself, I will treat myself with kindness, not judgment, you are declaring that your worth does not depend on flawless performance or constant achievement. You're saying that as a sentient being who breathes, you deserve compassion unconditionally. That mindset unlocks a calmer, more resilient you, capable of facing life's ups and downs without being dragged down by internal criticism. 4. Everything I need is already within me. In Buddhism, one of the most profound realizations is that true fulfillment does not come from chasing external things, wealth, approval, or fleeting pleasures, but from discovering the innate wisdom and compassion that lie inside each of us. When you begin your morning by reminding yourself, everything I need is already within me, you set the tone for a day rooted in self-trust, self-reliance, and deep inner peace. Imagine waking up and immediately feeling a knot of lack in your gut. Worry about not having enough money, not having enough friends, or not being successful enough. That sense of not enough can become a constant companion if you allow it. But Buddhism teaches that this feeling of emptiness is an illusion created by the mind's craving and attachment. In truth, you are not hollow or insufficient. Within your heart and mind already reside compassion, creativity, resilience, and clarity. Your task is simply to turn your attention inward and recognize these qualities. To understand this, let's use a simple analogy. Envision a lantern covered by a layer of dust. The lantern's capacity to shine has always been there. Its light is not weaker just because the dust temporarily blocks it. Similarly, your potential and inner resources are always present, even if habits of doubt or external distractions have obscured them. When you say everything I need is already within me, you are committing to wipe away layers of shoulds, worries, and comparison. You are giving yourself permission to trust that just like that lantern, your true light is shining beneath the surface. Practically, how can you tap into this hidden reservoir each morning? Start with a few minutes of mindful reflection. Sit quietly. Place your hands gently on your lap or heart and breathe deeply. As you inhale, feel your body awakening. As you exhale, let go of any immediate desire for something outside yourself. Perhaps thinking, I don't need to please everyone today, or I don't need validation from likes or comments to feel worthy. Remind yourself, all I need, strength, clarity, compassion, exists within this breath. Next, consider the qualities you admire in others. Kindness, courage, creativity, and know that those very qualities also live inside you, even if they are sometimes hidden. When you face a challenge, instead of immediately looking around for advice, pause and say, I already have the wisdom to handle this. I can draw upon my past experiences, my intuition, and my ability to stay calm. This doesn't mean you refuse help when genuinely needed. Rather, it means you first check inside before assuming you lack what's required. Another practical exercise is to keep a small gratitude journal by your bedside. Each morning, write one sentence acknowledging a quality you possess. I am patient enough to listen deeply, or I am resourceful enough to find a solution, or I am compassionate enough to forgive myself and others. By consistently noting these internal strengths, you train your mind to notice evidence of your inner wealth. Over time, you'll realize that the outside resources, praise, material comfort, or external success, are bonuses rather than necessities. In Buddhist teachings, recognizing innate wholeness is also linked to overcoming suffering. The moment you fully accept I have what I need, you stop the endless loop of craving. Craving for more achievements, craving for more possessions, craving for more attention. That craving is the source of stress and dissatisfaction. You break the cycle by acknowledging that sufficiency is found within. When you truly believe that, you transform your relationship with the world. Instead of grasping, you give. Instead of wanting, you share. And in that sharing, your own sense of abundance only grows stronger. Finally, be gentle with yourself on this path. If on a particular morning you still feel a sense of lack, remember that Buddhism does not demand perfection. Remind yourself, I am learning. Even the recognition of your lack is a step toward awakening. Then breathe and say again, everything I need is already within me. This repetition is not a rote phrase. It is an invitation to rewire your habitual beliefs. With practice, you'll notice that your inner reservoir is richer than you ever imagined. You'll move through your day knowing that no matter what happens externally, good or bad, your center remains intact. And that center is your true source of fulfillment, wisdom, and peace. 5. Let me be the cause of peace today. In Buddhism, the highest goal is not simply to find peace for oneself, but to become a living embodiment of peace that positively influences everyone and everything around you. When you wake up and quietly speak to yourself, "Let me be the cause of peace today," you are making a profound commitment. You will not only protect your own inner calm, but you will also consciously radiate that calm wherever you go. This simple, powerful intention transforms every interaction, from the smallest glance with a stranger to the most complicated conversation with a loved one, into an opportunity to share serenity. Imagine starting your day fully aware that every word you speak, every action you take, and every thought you hold has the potential either to spread peace or to sow tension. If you send your child off to school with a rushed hurry-up, the anxiety you carry can permeate their morning. If you respond to a co-worker's question with impatience, you contribute to the stress cycle. But what if instead you moved through each moment with mindful awareness, smiling warmly when meeting the barista, speaking with a gentle, calm voice when answering, and choosing silence instead of harsh words? This is how you become a source of peace. To bring this into practice each morning, try these steps. First, sit quietly and take a few breaths right after waking. Notice your body settling, the soft rhythm of your heartbeat and breath. As your mind starts to fill with the day's tasks, gently remind yourself, "Let me be the source of peace." Picture your heart as a quiet lantern whose light softly shines on the world around you. Even if your day brings traffic, heavy deadlines, or difficult conversations, imagine your inner light working as a shield, easing tension and spreading calm energy wherever it reaches. Then, take a moment for gratitude. Think of 3 simple things you are thankful for. Maybe it's the warmth of your bed in the morning, the taste of clean water, or the song of birds outside your window. Noticing these small blessings deepens your sense of peace and reminds you that life's basic gifts, breath, warmth, sunlight, are already in harmony. And this harmony isn't limited, it naturally spreads outward. From there, every person you meet takes in a little of this calm. During your day, practice what Buddhists call loving kindness meditation. When you meet someone, whether it's a familiar face or a stranger, pause for a moment. As you make eye contact or walk past, silently wish, "May you be safe, may you be happy, may you live in peace." These words are not empty. Each time you do this, you touch the shared humanity within yourself and the other person, reminding you that everyone wants safety and happiness just like you. This small inner practice slowly trains your mind to see others with compassion instead of judgment. If you notice yourself becoming irritated, perhaps a message pops up demanding your attention, or a line at the grocery store moves slowly. Take a full conscious breath. Rather than reacting with frustration, remember your morning intention. Ask yourself, how can I respond calmly instead of reacting with tension? Sometimes it's as simple as smiling and closing your eyes for a quick count to 3. Other times it may mean respectfully speaking up and explaining your point without raising your voice. When your usual response is peace, even difficult situations become chances to show calm behavior to others. Another way to live this intention is by choosing actions that ease, not add stress. If a friend is upset, truly listen. Don't interrupt, judge, or try to fix things. Your quiet, caring presence may be the support they need more than any solution. If you see litter on the street or notice someone struggling with bags, step in to help. These small acts of kindness spread out, reminding both you and the people you help that peace and compassion are valuable to share. As your day ends, reflect on the times when you brought peace into the world, and also note when you didn't, without harsh self-judgment. Gently remind yourself, tomorrow I will continue to be a source of calm. In Buddhism, this practice builds not just self-awareness, but also connection, understanding that your inner state impacts the world around you. When your words and actions reflect calm, you help create a sense of ease in others who then carry that peace into their own lives, creating a chain of peaceful influence. Choosing to be the cause of peace means living with purpose and awareness from the moment you wake until you go to sleep. It means remembering that in every thought, choice and breath, there's a chance to share the gentle power of your heart. By setting your morning intention, let me be the cause of peace today. With consistent, caring action, you become a living example of Buddhist wisdom. Peace starts inside and spreads outward, touching lives in ways you may never fully see, but always deeply feel. As you close your eyes each night and prepare for sleep, take a moment to revisit these 5 truths you've practiced throughout your day. I am here. I am alive. This moment is enough. Nothing outside me can disturb my peace unless I let it. I will treat myself with kindness, not judgment. Everything I need is already within me. Let me be the cause of peace today. These words are not just things to say. They are milestones on the path of awakening to your own heart. Each time you leaned into presence, you reminded yourself that the greatest gift of life is this very breath. Every moment you chose inner calm over outer noise, you moved from being ruled by circumstances to being guided by mindfulness. By showing yourself compassion instead of harsh self-judgment, you created a gentler space in your mind. And by noticing the abundance already within, you loosened the grip of craving and insecurity. Finally, by choosing to spread peace, even in small ways, you became a living example of compassion, sending that kindness outward in quiet but powerful ways. Remember, Buddhism teaches that change happens slowly, like the steady blooming of a lotus. You won't master these practices in a single day. You won't wake up instantly peaceful, endlessly kind, and perfectly balanced. But each time you return to these morning reminders, you clear away a bit of the mental clutter that holds you back. Each repetition forms a new pathway in the mind: presence over distraction, peace over reaction, kindness over judgment, trust over doubt, and compassion over indifference. If you notice your mind wandering or old habits returning, like impatience in traffic, self-doubt at work, or tension in a difficult talk, take a pause. Close your eyes if you can, rest a hand on your chest, and breathe. Remind yourself of one of those 5 truths. I am here, nothing outside controls me, or I will treat myself with kindness. Every return to awareness resets your inner direction. With time, you'll see these morning words turning into living intentions. Not just phrases to remember. They grow into the quiet base for every choice you make. As you continue this gentle awareness, you awaken to the freedom of a mind no longer caught by fear, craving, or self-criticism. Instead, your mind becomes a tool of compassion, a well of calm, and a place where wisdom naturally flows. So tomorrow morning, before the world pulls at your attention, come back to these truths.